Welcome, guys, to We Don't Know Ball, back coming at you with Summer League content. Sorry for the break. We all kind of talked about it, and it was kind of a null and void when it came to basketball stuff, but we are back now with the original three, Justin, Retro, and myself. So before we
You
start
don't even
talking
gotta.
about the stuff,
You don't even gotta say we all talked about it, bro. I'll be honest. I'll be the one. I'll put the hand up. It was me. The last 2 weeks to have to talk about sports in the gap between no NFL talks, other than basically the Rams taking over and bringing back another Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Summer League being Summer League and nobody giving a shit. Honestly, like you have to be a super basketball purist to want to watch Summer League because even though we're about to talk about it for an hour to 2 hours right now, this proves nothing to me. You're playing against the guys that you basically just played against for a year in college, just at a different level with semi-different rules. So whatever you show me in Summer League really doesn't like prove that you could go out and hang in the NBA. You're playing
Unless you're
against first-year
Lonzo Ball.
guys that didn't get minutes.
True.
Very
That's a
true.
good point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, cool. He balled out after he took the big baller brand shoes off. You're right.
That's very true. I will say, before we get started, I do agree in sense of like the summer league stuff. However, I do use it as a level of like sped up processing. You are seeing actual NBA concepts being used and that kind of stuff and how they fit. A sped up shot clock, sped up pace, and all this kind of stuff. I more view as it like how can you process it now at an NBA level compared to just the talent of college with extended shot clock, halves, that kind of stuff. You are ultimately right, but I'm a sicko, so I like watching.
Because here's the thing, I'll preface it with this: there's a complete difference between a Caleb Wilson playing with the bum squad of the Windy City Bulls versus processing with Mr. Triple Double, Josh Giddey. Like, there's a completely different processor that gets put into play. Like, if you're playing with a KD, a Steph, a LeBron, even though the Warriors won the Summer League, if any of those guys try to play the way they did in Summer League with a Steph, that's not going to work. Like, it just... You can get your NBA level processing up, but it's playing with the level of talent is what I need to see. Like, you can play against these other guys doing the exact same thing as you, fine. But if you can't process with the stars as you're going to have a new adapted role versus what you did in Summer League, then it just doesn't matter. So
Jules, did you have a place you kind of wanted to start or go with the Summer League stuff?
So
Jules, just run down the list.
Yeah, so essentially what I did is I made notes and I tried to go by each team in their draft placement. So the Wizards and Utah, Memphis, and just trying to go down in terms of the draft list. And what I did at the best of my ability was getting the person that they drafted with their first round pick, as well as another person of interest that might be like a valuable player coming off of their bench because of their teammates. So, i.e., a good example with the Wizards. Obviously, we're going to talk about DeBonza, but the other person of interest that they had was Will Riley, who showed flashes last year as a 3-point shooter and that kind of stuff. And him and DeBonza was the duo there. So I do have a couple notes in terms of the other guys that will probably get playing time, and it's just what I was able to see in the process and just make comments about that. So it's not just essentially
for the majority retro. Looking at the list that's built, it's basically him talking about the top 2 player prospects that each team is using in Summer League. So
okay, yeah.
So like an example, once we get to it,
just kick it off.
Yeah. So. Starting it off with the Washington Wizards, obviously first overall pick, AJ DeBonza. I think he's a tremendous athlete, probably going to be a top 3 athlete in this draft class. I think he's tremendous creating off the bounce, being able to get downhill, finishes with one of the best. Some notes, again, because we do have to nitpick when it comes to this stuff in terms of processing. Me and Justin talked about it. He is a good free throw generator, but some of those free throws, I'm sorry.
No. We're not calling him a generator. We're not calling him a generator.
Yes.
Nope, we're not calling him a generator. If you're going to put a text, Nope. If you're going to put a tax on the guy he said he's modeling his game after, you're going to call him a merchant too. If he said, I'm trying to be like SGA, verbatim, you're going to call AJ Dybonsa without 0 minutes in the NBA a free throw merchant. What am I working on this? What am I working on this summer league? And I can fucking pull the clip if I want to. I'm going to work on foul baiting. I'm going to work on my creation, getting to the rim. I want to average 13 to 17 points from the free throw line. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, more props to him. I'll give him credit. You're learning how to play the game. You want to learn to play the game at the highest level. But you're coming into the league saying, I want to be a free throw merchant. You literally want to put that tag on you as the number one over. Bro, fuck you. I hate him. I think hate him.
An indicator of IQ, to be honest. He understands the game.
He has an great, cool indicator of IQ. You know what IQ he lacks? The ability to shoot a jump shot.
He can shoot a midi. He can't shoot a
three. Cool. He's effective from 12 feet. I'm sagging off. I'm playing zone against AJ Dybonsa.
That's a fair point.
Hey, my comparison to him is Black Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag did not have a jump shot.
I'm telling you right now, the way AJ wants to play, AJ could lead the league in charges like by a country mile. He will lead the league in charges if his defender knows what the hell he's doing. Because all he wants to do is go downhill and go through people. Like you said, Jules, he's creative off the bounce. He's not a good jump shooter. But the Wizards drafted him because they thought he was the best player in the draft. The Wizards are looking to become a 3-and-D team. This doesn't seem like the right pick for this Wizards team. Yes, it's the best player available by the logic, by the stats, by the numbers, by everything. But system fit for, like I said, the NBA team versus the Summer League team is completely different. So I want to see how he translates into their offense.
My assumption is that they want AJ to, because of his driving ability, his ability to get inside, they want him to kind of suck the defenders into the paint and into that area so that you can get 3-point shooters open. Yeah. And I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, it's not.
I think in practice
do you think that he's going to be the dominant paint presence on this team because we know how AD really is?
No, I mean I think it'll be. I think Sarr is like going to be the paint guy, but I think that Dybonsa will. I think that he'll be getting to the paint quite frequently. But I think that like ultimately, if you have your stretchers on the court for like your Trey, you got your Trey Johnson guys like that. I think that like you can afford to draft a guy that's main purpose is downhill.
Now I will say the benefit for AJ though. We talked about it when the Wizards made all these trades. Oh my God, Trae Young and AD are going to open up the floor for Alex Sarr the most. I think Dybonsa, the way he's going to play, even if the defense is collapsing with him dribble driving, he's going to have so many abilities for dump offs that Dybonsa might actually be the guy that opens Sarr's game up more than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, because when Dybonsa's coming downhill fast, Sarr's going to find ways to slip open. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting case. Again, incredible athlete. We'll just see how he's going to get utilized. Again, the other guy, a person of interest that I saw was Will Riley. Because Will, I'm personally not high on Will, but there are flashes that I will say. He is a decent catch and shoot 3 guy. I think he can use his athletic prowess defensively to get in passing lanes. His frame isn't the best in terms of that kind of stuff, but I think he can be some type of spark plug for this team to where if they're going to lean into the 3-point shooting, he can come off the bench and just be like, okay, let's just spark up like a 12 to 15 points.
You compared him to Kuminga, but what I've seen of Will Riley, crazy enough, just generated white name Will Riley, is another generated white name in Pat Spencer. Like, that's exactly who I see this being. Like, he's just going to come off the bench and let it fly.
Well, that's something about Will Riley that I actually think is a perfect fit for the Wizards. Is that in college basketball, he won Big Ten Sixth Man of the Year. He's actually kind of like the perfect bench guy. Like he's been raised as a bench guy. In college, he was like the best bench guy. Like he is going to be a great piece to have coming off the bench. He's used to it, and he can fit into that role easily. Like that's going to be something I think that's going to be really good for them. That's a good fit. For the team.
I was going to say his mindset is already an off the bench guy, so he knows he's not he knows he's not a starting impact guy, but he sure can be an instant impact guy.
And I think he's good with that. I think he's fine with that.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
In an interview, Will Riley said himself, he said that he thought that it was the perfect fit to be with the Wizards.
It's a great fit for him because he's going to come in and he's going to play catch and shoot basketball. He's going to let it fly. He's going to play like 7 to 11 minutes a game, and he's going to have to make the most of that time. He's going to be a guy that goes in to get the little Trey a break. He's just going to go in, get him his oxygen, run up and down the floor, shoot maybe 6 shots a game, and get off the floor. He's going to be one of those guys who's just going to be, like you said, a glue guy, a bench guy. He's going to come in, do his job, go back to the bench.
Yeah. Next, Utah, obviously, DP.
Let's fight about it. Let's fight about it, Jules.
DP is probably going to be the best shot maker and shot taker in this draft, and is going to be one of the best isolation scorers. And I'm going to give it 3 years' time. His talent is through the roof on the offensive end. There is some, again, nitpicky stuff. I've seen him multiple times try to get to the basket, and when that defense collapses, he has not a good ball handler. He turns over the ball. He's going to be a turnover magnet and turnover machine. And defensively, he's a good defender, but he closes out a little bit too hard for my liking. There was a couple games where he's having some really dumb fouls early in the shot clock. In terms of 3-point shots, that is just like, why are you doing that? Like, I understand you want to be a good defender. And even in a short interview, he notably said, "What is your defensive mentality?" He said Kobe. That was it, and he walked off. So it's like, I don't know. I think DP is going to be a very good player. It's just, I think he's going to work well off of Keontae. I just don't know how good this offense. I think the Jazz offense is going to be absurd with all these guys there. It's just like, what is going to be his value as an isolation offensive player?
His value, and this is going to sound insane, and Utah fans, all 7 of you outside of the 3 of us that actually support your team, they like the way Isaiah Collier plays, and they just went out and found a better scoring Isaiah Collier. Like, that's what this is. Like, a bulldog who can get to the rim when he wants to, but he's a great isolation pull-up shooter. It's the same play. It's literally a better scoring Isaiah Collier. It's Isaiah Collier with a green light. Like, it's literally just, that's what DP is going to give them. The difference is he's going to be a little smarter, but turn the ball over way more. That's just all it's going to be. He needs to develop the NBA processing, and there's still not a doubt in my mind that if he develops that, he will be head and shoulders the best player in this draft.
Gotcha.
I don't mind. No, I really don't. I think that Darren Peterson is phenomenal. I think he's an excellent talent. As far as being the best player in the draft, I think that there's definitely an argument. I think that, like, obviously you're looking at the battle between him and Dybonsa is going to be the one everybody talks about. I think that, I said it a little bit before, I think Dybonsa probably will be the best because he knows how to play the game. He understands, like, that foul baiting is the way that, like, you get tons of points. He gets it. And that's gonna benefit him. It just is. And like you said, I mean, I expect people to keep the same energy. He says that he's going to make his game like SGA's. He's going to work on his foul baiting. That's what he's going to do. Fair enough. I expect people to call him a foul baiter too, but it works. It does. And that's going to help him a lot. Darren Peterson, I agree. I think he's a more gifted ISO player. I think he is a better shot taker and shot maker. I don't think he has the driving capabilities that Ibonsa does, but I think he's going to be a much better spacer. Obviously, like, we'll get to my guy in a second, but I think he's going to be arguably the best player in the draft. But in terms of, like, I think Darren Peterson certainly has an argument. He's absurdly gifted, especially athletically. The guy has a really, really good build. I think Darren Peterson's going to be great. The only real criticism on him coming into this draft was that he wouldn't have the passion. That's what people were worried about. That and the injuries. It doesn't seem like there's really much injury concern with Darren Peterson. And as far as the passion, I think it's there. I think really Darren Peterson just didn't want to play college basketball.
Do you know what's crazy about this? Like, if I close my eyes and just listen and don't listen to his name, and I just hear how people talk about him, does anybody else just, like, seem that it's so reminiscent of Ants out of college?
Yes. Yeah, that's
like,
what it is.
So reminiscent. Like, it's like, he doesn't have the heart. We're worried about the injuries. His head's not there. It's this. And it's like, look what Ant did. Ant came in and proved everybody wrong.
He's
So,
the exact same
Darren literally just has to. I don't think Darren will ever be as good as Ant. I'll be clear on that now. But I think that he has a shot to make a lot of noise in this league, whether it's with Utah or in a year or two, he gets shipped out for the new shiny toy because, Utah just is Utah. I'd love for them to actually, go on a run and keep momentum and, maybe not get hit with tanking allegations. But it'd be great to see. Like I said, he's going to be a great player. He's got to prove everybody wrong, which I hate because he's a number 2 pick, but he's got all these tags on him that he has to now fight through over and over and over again. So,
and I was gonna say, I think the Ant's actually perfect. Like, they even have similar play styles. Ant is listed
100%.
at 6'4", Darren Peterson is listed at 6'4.5". They're basically the same height. They have it's like the same build. It's like the same person. Like, Darren Peterson is like a carbon copy. In terms of the play style, I agree with you. I don't know if he'll ever be as good as Ant is, but
it's great. It's great value Ant. It's what it is. It's great value Ant.
Yeah, essentially.
I hate to label somebody with that, but like from what I've seen of him play in college and the minimalistic I watched of Utah Summer League, like it's there. Seize the moment, seize the comparison, go do something with it.
Yes, I agree.
As far as their first round pick from last year, Jules?
It's weird because he got hurt, so it's like it's a small sample size. He didn't play much in the summer league. He was being able to create off the bounce. To me, though, he's not like Ace. To me, has always needed the ball to be good, and in terms of what was happening last year, that was very apparent when Keontae George had the ball and they weren't running a lot of stuff for him. It was a lot of Laurie marketing, off-ball threes, and all this kind of stuff. So it's like there's only one basketball. I'm just very unsure. Like Ace can become a good it can become a good spacer, but at the same time he needs to be there needs to be stuff ran for him, and I don't know if Will Hardy has it in the cards to say, no, I'm going to give it to him. So I just don't know. It's a very weird evaluation for Ace because he was.
We're giving all the new guys comparisons, but I'd really like to throw one at Ace that he should probably adapt if he wants to survive. Because I think Ace can be a great player, but I think it's the same argument we're talking about with Darren, is his heart in it, when I think Darren Peterson is all heart. It's just that he's had the injuries that he's had to deal with. Ace needs to adapt the OG Anunoby style. You need to do it when you have the ball and become a phenomenal defender, because Ace has the size and the frame and the mindset to actually do this stuff. But it feels like he loses interest or lack of effort when he's not the number 1 option. Newsflash, Mr. Bailey, you're not good enough to be a number 1 option. You are a great number 3 option for this team, because it's going to be Darren, Laurie, and then you. Nobody else is beat. If you want to sit back and not give a shit and not do anything, you can gladly move back to a 4th, 5th, 6th option, because guess what? I trust the ball in Keontae's hands way more than I trust it in yours. Yeah. Because Keontae will let it fly from half like a little Steph Curry, and it goes in. I trust him way more than you. Ace, you got the frame, you got the size, you got the talent. You just got to be in the game. You got to use your brain, and you got to use your heart, and you got to take advantage of the small sample size that you get at the NBA level. You can't just come out and think that you're going to be the next great thing when you did dick all in your rookie year. You were supposed to be the best scorer of your draft class last year. You didn't show that. You were supposed to be able to compare yourself with the Cooper Flag and the you didn't show that. So for you to sit and sulk and bitch and moan about the things that are going wrong in Utah, you're in fucking Utah. Make a goddamn name for yourself. Nobody else is going to. Do it when you have the opportunity. Yeah, and for those of you that are going to critique and say, oh, well, you never had this opportunity, if I had that motherfucker's opportunity, I'd make the most of it.
Facts.
True.
The next guy, and I have various different opinions from people on here, is Cam Boozer. In Memphis. The other guy was Kareem Lopez, but Kareem, for some reason, didn't play. I think he either got hurt or something, but he didn't play Summer League, so he's
still recovering from an injury, and they thought Summer League would be a waste of their asset.
So that's fair. Cam Boozer is probably the least passable person when it comes to eye test, when it comes to these top 4 guys. He's by far the least athletic out of all of them. He doesn't jump out of the gym, and he's way more of a passive type of player. He's he's more of a pass first kind of guy, make the right kind of play, and that's why I like him. That's why I love Cam Boozer, because watching even in the championship game yesterday against Yaxel, I'm gonna tell you this right now: they got fucking robbed from winning that summer league title because he stole it from Yaxel and made a layup, and then they granted the Golden State Warriors a timeout after he made the layup to put them up, and they were like, "Nah, that didn't count. It's actually the Warriors' ball," and they ended up losing. So it's like that Cam is making these plays. Cam is making really, really like pristine reads. The processing is there. I know the efficiency isn't great, but he is taking volume threes. He's being able to consistently work on a lot of different aspects. And I think he's the most NBA ready. Personally, he's just not the most athletic, but I think his mind is there. I think his IQ is there. It's just that he's in Memphis. So who gives a shit?
I mean, he gets his dad's old teammate to mentor him too.
And I also think that him and Cedric Coward, who was the rookie last year, I didn't write him down, but I totally forgot. Cedric Coward and him, I think, are going to be a very good duo because Cedric is an athletic wing that gets downhill and needs somebody to go and play make for him. And the point guard right there, I think it's Javon Small, who was a rookie last year, a late round, second round pick for them. But if you're giving Cam these opportunities to go and make the other guys around him better, I think he's perfectly capable of doing that. It's just now that the defensive side of the ball, he's bad in help. He's not very quick, and he does get overwhelmed by physicality. Yaxel was doing that a good job just yesterday. But I just think he has the least amount of flaws, in my opinion, when it comes to overall game. He's just not going to be the most flashy guy. And it's Memphis, so he's not going to get any justice to him because it's Memphis.
Now let me ask you this, because here's my biggest question with Cam. We know his flaws. We know he plays an old school style of basketball that he's bringing into the new level of game. It's 2026. If he was drafted in 2006, what do you think that this man's like ceiling floor would be at that time? Because I feel like his style of play would fit that generation way better than this one.
Well, that's the thing that's awkward with him, because in talking about this with Retro, I'm in agreement with Retro, is that he is a wing. He is not a true 4, but he's not really a true 3 either. He's this tweener that doesn't necessarily have the size to be a good rim protector, but they have Zach Edey, so that's fine. But he's not quick enough to be a perimeter defender, so where do you put him? And in 05-06, the guys there, Shane Battier, Pau Gasol, Tony, not even Tony, I'm sorry. It was, I forget the other wing guy that was there, but he needs a lot of defensive help around him, a lot of athletes around him to insulate him from being taken advantage of. And I do think that they have the guys to do that. But I think that once he starts to work on his frame, and if he grows another inch or two and becomes a legit 6'10" guy, I think he can play a real legit 4 that can extend the floor a little bit as a decent enough spacer and be able to at least play make, because you have a lot of athletes around you that he can. That's why on my notes, I have him as light-skinned Pau Gasol. Pau came in at 6'10", 6'11", but his true value was being able to play make for the three-point shooters around him. Even though there's not great three-point shooters around him, you have Zach Edey, who's going to finish as a play finisher. You do have Cedric Coward, who's going to finish amongst the trees. You have a decent enough around him to where, he's going to make some really good passes and make a lot of guys better around him. But again, that's just my opinion. I know people will vary.
When I watch him play, he reminds me of younger Anthony Davis. He's kind of in between on the frame, spaces the floor well, play makes well, doesn't like contact. It's just kind of what I hope he can develop and be less fragile than AD, because I think everyone was upset with how fragile AD is in his whole career.
Yeah.
But if he can stay healthy, continue to work on his game, which, like you said, he has the want and the need to develop a jump shot consistently, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Retro.
So I'll be nice first. In terms of being nice, Cam Boozer is he's very good at bully ball. If there's somebody on him that is smaller than him, I will take Cam Boozer to win that matchup 9 out of 10 times. He's a decent team defender, although he is very easily exploitable. He is a decent team defender. He's a solid rebounder. I'm fine with that. Decent playmaker.
Get to the Caleb Williams bias already of why Caleb Williams is better
I'm
than
not even
Cam.
going to talk about Caleb Wilson. That's not what I'm here to talk about. He's decent at that stuff. Now I'm going to be honest. Cam Boozer is not good against anybody that is even an inch taller than him. He doesn't have the size to be that way because he's too unathletic. He's a tweener, but the problem is he's a terrible shooter, so he's not going to be a good 3, and he's not fast, so he can't be a good 3. He's not big enough to be a good 4, so he really has no position that he fits in, which we already talked about before. His shooting is wildly inefficient, and night over night is always going to be a problem. Again, he can't stretch the floor, so that's an issue. Cam Boozer, to me, is a player that just doesn't fit. He doesn't have a fit. It'll probably work in Memphis because, like, he can just kind of hog the ball because everybody is bad in Memphis, which is fine, but it's never really going to result in anything. There's just, like, he doesn't really bring me much. Like, again, I think he can do really well on mismatches.
You're not moved by Ty Jerome?
What'd you say?
You're not moved by Ty Jerome?
I'm personally moved by Ty Jerome, but unfortunately, there's not much there. So it's like, as far as Cam Boozer is concerned, the only thing that I think is NBA ready about Cam Boozer is his IQ. I think he's a very smart player. I'm not going to take that away from him. That's why I think he can play make at the level that he does. However, the problem is that, like, there's nothing there in terms of size or athleticism or shooting ability. It's like, I think
nothing to play make too.
I think, and then that too. I think it's what Justin said. I think he's playing in the wrong era. I think that if this was the early 2000s, he was playing in the dead ball era, that would be a different conversation. In this era, I just don't think Cam Boozer works. I don't see it. It just, I don't know. I can't find it in me. I don't know.
That's fine.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay in Memphis. So he'll put up
like I
20,
said. He's got the ageless wonder Taj Gibson as a teammate that can hopefully educate him, since he played with his dad, and he can relay back to his dad how progress is going and this, that, and the other. So, anyway, Jules, you want to move on to the little ticket?
Yeah. Caleb is going to be an elite two-way player. I will say that. Point blank period. He has the athletic prowess to be a really, really good help side defender. Being able to, he's not going to be a true rim protector, but his value is going to be roaming off of and just being a disruptor everywhere. What I'm more impressed with is that the volume threes that he's taking, not just essentially making them, but just like he's taking 11 threes. He's taking 8
confidence
threes.
To shoot the ball, yes.
The fact that he's trying to legitimately use that in his game. Now, do I think he's going to be hitting them? No, I don't think he is. But the fact that he's taking them is great progress. Because Retro, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he only took like 5 total threes at UNC his whole last year.
Yeah, but like not by choice. Like he talked about it
for sure.
I was going to say he talks about it in an interview. What he said was like, I've always been able to shoot. It's just that at UNC that wasn't my job.
His role.
They didn't want me to shoot, so I didn't shoot. That's what he said.
So I think he's going to be a monster going downhill in isolation. We've already seen the highlights of him just yamming on a couple people. He's going to be an elite two-way guy. Him in Chicago is going to be great. I do think that he needs better vision because he is getting the KG expectation, the KG light kind of stuff. KG's best aspect in his game, other than his defense, was his passing ability and being able to create off the dribble for himself. Caleb is just not there yet. The turnovers are very alarmingly high for him at this point. He does have a loose ball handle, so that needs to be addressed rather routinely. But all in all, he is probably going to be the best two-way guy when it comes out of this draft, and I do hope for success. I know that we're going to have a Glazer on here in a minute, but that's my honest opinion about him.
Here's my biggest question with this. How long is it going to take for Chicago propaganda to just have Caleb Wilson and Caleb Williams plastered all over together?
Which is so funny because
how long is it going to take for every billboard everywhere to just be Chicago runs on Caleb?
It's so funny because I love one and I've been labeled a hater of the other, and it is a really weird...
Yeah, I know you're a big Caleb Williams guy.
It's a weird dichotomy, man. But no, listen, okay? I'm going to, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be unbiased and honest about some of the flaws that are there. And then I'll talk about what I like. So the first thing that Jules pointed out is the turnovers. I think it was something like 21 in a 4-game span. That's not tenable. I think a big part of that is because
Russell Westbrook numbers.
Yeah. Well, I think a big part of that is because he was being tasked with everything. That guy was on, like, Justin talked about this earlier. He was on, like, the Chicago Bulls, like, F team. Like, I don't, like, it was, like, even, like, Noah Senge didn't look great. I think we kind of whiffed on that pick, to be honest. I really don't think Senge is going to be much, unfortunately. But, like, it's one of those things where he was trying to do everything. He was trying to be the playmaker. He was trying to be the scorer. He was trying to do everything. And I think that's going to be a big part of the turnovers. But Jules, you brought up a really good point. His handle is way too loose. He needs to figure out how to tighten that up. That can be taught. That's something that he'll have trainers for, and they'll help him figure that out. But that's a problem. And I think the vision too. He's never been known as like an elite playmaker. That doesn't worry me much. As much, Jules, as I know you and Justin, I know you guys aren't big on Giddey. He will help with it. Giddey, because he's the primary playmaker, take responsibility off of Caleb Wilson. So that is something he will be able to do. That being said, I can't think of anything else negative to say. Caleb Wilson is phenomenal. I've been saying this before. I wanted him badly over Cam Boozer, and I'm so happy that we got him. He is a very good shooter. In the Summer League, he shot 42% from 3 and 50% from the field. Just very efficient.
What are those free throw numbers, by the way?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's the other thing is free throws. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
free throws is another point.
It's the funniest stat line I've ever seen. It was like 50, 42, and like, what was it, like 36 or some shit. Dude, like that? It was
I don't know what it was. I don't know. But
I laughed my ass off, bro. I'm like, that's awesome.
That's true. That's the other flaw is the free throws. But outside of that, the kid can shoot from anywhere. In his debut game, he gave me 35 on 7 of 11 from 3. I think that like he clearly has the ability.
It's not like we heard about it the second the horn went off from you.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly has the ability to shoot at an elite level, which I'm happy about. I think that's something really good. He can score from anywhere. He's got really good capabilities in that. He's a great defensive player. We saw some of his like chase down blocks and stuff, which is cool. But I just mean on a possession to possession basis, he's a very good defensive player. It's like Joel said, his two-way ability is definitely there. He's a very solid rebounder. I mean, I don't know. I can't say enough good. Like the kid looks amazing. I'm so happy to have Caleb Wilson, honestly.
Yeah.
Chicago's got a hell of a job in front of him. As Brock Lesnar once said, you have to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. And that's literally the job Chicago has right now.
Unfortunately,
you have a chicken shit team. Yeah. You have a chicken shit team that has been known as the play-in merchants for 4 years now. Now you got to do something.
Unfortunately, we're the Chicago Bulls, so hope runs extremely low.
Nope, you don't get to use that. You don't get to be the Cleveland Browns. You're the Chicago Bulls. Figure it out.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, I think another thing that I like about Caleb a lot is his mentality. He said that he wants to be the greatest of all time. That's something I want to hear a player say. He didn't say he was already, which is good. He's not pulling like a Jaylen
that's
Brown
a LeBron thing.
Well, I mean, he's not pulling like a Jaylen Brown or anything. He's not like, I'm already the best two-way player in the league or whatever. But he said he wants to be. And that's something I want to hear out of a player. And obviously, because we are Bulls fans, we are delusional,
Who's we?
and because of that, we are going to compare him. If Caleb Wilson has a crazy start to next
Still don't
season,
know who
there's
the fuck
going to
we
be
are.
some. If Caleb Wilson has a crazy start to next season, there are going to be some absolutely absurd narratives that get pushed about Caleb Wilson very early, and he is going to have to get used to that pressure. Like you guys said, this guy's already getting the nickname the little ticket. Like, he's already getting compared to Kevin Garnett by Kevin Garnett. That is a lot for a rookie to handle. So Caleb Wilson's going to have to be able to kind of internalize all that and have a strong mentality.
Yeah.
Well, Jules, while Retro wipes his face, would you like to talk about great value Carter Bryant?
That's my
Yeah,
goat.
Dalen Swain, not much to say. I was a little bit higher on him. I knew that he was going to kind of be a raw prospect. I do think that he's a good switchable defender, but at this point, that's really it. Not the greatest off the as a catch and shoot guy. There's a lot of stuff that he was like airballing. His shooting mechanics need a little bit of work. But he got drafted for his defense, so that's why I made that Carter Bryant comparison, because Carter came in as an athlete coming out of Arizona that was known for his defense, and Dalen Swain, I think, when he was on Tennessee, was one of the better defenders that they had as their main POA guy. He just needs to work on his offensive game. It's just not that much, but he'll grow into it with the Chicago Bulls defense as time goes on. So we'll kind of put a pin on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't expect him to be a lead in any capacity on the offense.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't expect him to make the opening day roster.
He might not, but if he does, he is literally going to be there only for defense, which is fine. Whatever.
That's why I called him this year's Carter Bryant, is because Carter.
Yeah.
He was a two-way guy, got himself a role because he was playing defense, and I think Swain could probably be something similar. I have a. Because of my franchise, not because of Carter. I've seen defensive guys who are able to make these kind of jumps, and then the offense just has to, come in, and that's a workable skill. So if you can play defense, that's good enough in today's NBA to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have a guy that you can just throw at the other team's best player and just say like guard him constantly all the time, it can work.
Yeah. Well, Jules, do you want to move on to who will probably end up being my favorite player out of this draft simply by player count?
Oh, by player count? Sure. So
simply by player count.
Keaton Wagler. So I was not a fan of Keaton watching the college tape and watching Summer League. I think what they forced him to do was way too much on-ball stuff and trying to create off the bounce and trying to create opportunities for others. I don't think he's a true point guard. I don't think he will ever be a true point guard. I think he'll be a really, really good two guard. I think he's a really good movement shooter. He's really good off the catch. And I said, personally, I think he could be somewhat of like a JJ Redick kind of player, just a taller JJ Redick. Because I think Garland is going to be able to maximize him off shooting alone. And I see him shoot some crazy stuff and make it. So, like, Wagler's shooting ability is there, but he's not really good in anything else and from my eye test. But if you have Garland being your primary initiator, he can do some of the secondary ball handling stuff, but it's just not good enough to make it consistent. But as a shooter, as a spacer, he'll be decent enough at that. I just think I rate players based off of where they're drafted, and him at 5 to me is disgusting. I would have taken a couple guys over him, but Wagler off the catch is going to be great, and him running pin downs and curls is going to be great. So that's why I basically said like
now,
another
mind
JJ.
You, the Clippers are again. We talked about this earlier with Ace Bailey and Darren Peterson. You're not going to be in a fucking win now spot. Go fucking make the most of what you got. The Clippers are going to be dog shit this year. Mr. Wagler, go earn yourself a bag. Go out and shoot the fucking lights out. Be the guy that actually puts up a 50, 40, 90 season on this team.
Yeah, I kind of agree. The only thing I disagree on is I think he can be a really good playmaker. I think that's something he can do.
I don't think he needs to.
Well, the thing is, I saw it in college that was what Illinois called upon him, was to be a playmaker, and I think that's also why he was picked, was to be a playmaker.
Illinois would have went farther in the tournament if he wasn't.
And there's an argument to be made either way. I do agree that he'll be better as a 2 guard, but I think that he's kind of, honestly, he's kind of like the perfect example of a combo guard, because I think his playmaking is actually really solid. I just think that the problem is, I don't think his handles are good. Like, like,
I think he'll be a 2 guard. Exactly.
JJ Redick, bro, I'm telling you, JJ Redick, Klay Thompson, become that guy.
So here's the thing though, like, it's Klay Thompson if he also had like super good passing vision and could like run an offense. That's where I think Keaton Wagler is. He's in a weird like liminal space between a Klay Thompson and a person who can run an offense. And I don't really know what you do with that. I don't know if like you kind of just have him run up the court and then look to see if there's anybody open and then kind of get out of the way.
So what? You think what? Would you player comp him then to like Colin Gillespie?
I guess, bro. I don't know.
I think Colin can run an offense. I think he can.
I think Colin can run an offense too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Wagler can, and that's the thing that's weird, because I'm super high on Garland, so it's like I want to see how, if they're going to stagger minutes, because I do think that Wagler's going to end up being the true 2 guard there, and I'm going to see how he's going to run that backup unit, and obviously that's not as valuable as running the first unit, but just like they're going to be running similar sets, so it's like what is Garland, and then what is Wagler, and then how they play with each other.
No, Jules, this is my thing. He's the weirdest player I've ever seen. He is a good passer who can't create. Like, he can pass the ball fine. It's all well and good, but he can do nothing on a dribble. So I don't know what you do with him. Like, he's not going to ISO attack. He doesn't have the ability to. He can spot up. Like,
in other words, for the dumb people out there, he lacks the athleticism but has the IQ. Like,
exactly. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't know. I think the problem is that while he is a good playmaker, he's not elite, and so the athleticism makes it kind of impossible for him to find a place. Like, to give an example, right? Jokic is not very athletic in any respect, but his playmaking is so absurdly elite that he doesn't have to be. With a guy like Keaton, his athleticism isn't there, and his playmaking isn't absurdly good. It's just good. So he's in the weirdest possible space where he's not good enough to run an offense because he doesn't have handles, but also like he's just gonna have to. He's gonna have to play a 2, but it's such a waste of his playmaking. I don't even know what you do with him. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. I'm in agreement. I'm definitely in agreement. Justin, do you want to add anything before we move on? No.
I just, like I said, I hope that with as bad as the Clippers are going to be this year, I hope this kid can shine a little bit. He doesn't have to be in Rookie of the Year conversations. He doesn't have to be, I'm sorry to say it, he doesn't have to be a top 5 rookie of this class. I just want him to find his footing, because the job that he can do that we expect him to do can make him have the longest longevity out of anybody in this class.
Yeah, absolutely. The next team is the Nets, and I want to make these guys together. And it's a very interesting dynamic because of how bad the Nets are going to be. But I think I think that these two are like low-key a match made in heaven. And Michael Brown Jr.
I'm still not moved on player B. I don't give a shit.
I'm sorry. I've been able to watch Igor, and I think that he is going to be able to maximize Michael Brown Jr. at bare minimum, because Julius Randle is ass. I don't care. I think Igor is going to be able to create a lot of opportunities for Michael, because I think Michael is above average in being able to create for himself, being able to shoot off the dribble, be able to finish at the rim. I put in my notes that I think he's a decent to above average 3-level scorer. I think he's a very underrated guy. And when I was going into the draft, I'm like, I don't know about him. And then when he got drafted to the Nets, I'm like, well, that's fucking purgatory for him. But then Igor Demon in Summer League and in the second half of last year, I'm just like, wait, this could be something. So I think that both of them together is good, and they have to be valued together. As individuals, though, I think Igor is going to be the better player, but Michael Brown Jr. is going to elevate Igor because I think he's going to be the better overall scorer and player. Igor is going to be like to use this retro because you're high on him is kind of giddy with a jump shot. That's where I think Igor is kind of that. He can create a lot of rim opportunities. He's able to make the corner read pass very, very well. And Michael is able to be a good movement shooter. He's a good mid-range shooter. He finishes at the rim well. It's just that he can work on and off the ball. His defense isn't the greatest, but like I think together they're going to be a very interesting dynamic duo in Brooklyn that needs something.
So I find myself disagreeing a little bit, but not because of Igor. I think that Michael Brown is the quintessential Brooklyn Net in that this guy has never seen a shot that he didn't like. And he's always been this way. Like at Louisville, it was the same way. I kind of think this is a match made in hell. On a team full of inefficiencies in the Brooklyn Nets, you throw in Michael Brown.
Mr. Inefficiency.
And it's so funny because you watch him play. Like, for example, right? He goes up against the Knicks in the Summer League, and it's like, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Okay, that's pretty solid. And then, he rests on a Saturday, and then he plays the next game against the Kings, and it's like 6 of 11 from the field. And then he goes up against, I think it was against Houston, and he goes 3 of 15 from the field and 2 of 10 from 3 because he's shooting anything and everything. And I'm like, whoa, like, where did the efficiency go? It, like, blew up. And my problem is, like, this guy is so similar to Michael Porter Jr. in that he loves every shot. If he sees the rim, he takes the shot. Like, and the thing is, like, on a team with, your Julius Randles, right? It's like, what kind of inefficiency hell is the Brooklyn Nets going to end up in? That's my question. I'm pretty sure, I want to say that Michael Brown shot 38% from the field in the summer. That's like, I don't know. Jules, I agree that Igor and him are a good match, but I think the problem is the team. Michael Brown is too inefficient by nature to be on a team full of inefficiencies. That's my problem.
To be fair, Justin, before you go, for Summer League specifically, throw it out the window. I know I'm the efficiency guy out of all three. Fair. I do not care about efficiency because I just care about process. Yeah.
And to be clear, the only reason why I brought it up is because it was the same thing at Louisville. He just wasn't that efficient.
For sure. For sure. I just care about the shot quality, how many shots you're being able to do. Are they contested? Are you being able to, like, more about the IQ and processing, like I said. It's more about, like, the what you're going to be able to do compared to just is the ball going in. Because the next guy I will talk about with the Kings gets ran through the mud through that shit, and I think that's extremely unfair. But
no, I think him and Michael Brown are very similar.
I have nothing to say on this team. Like, if you want to be a bright spot and shoot 37% on the year, but average 27 points as a rookie, more power to you. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near efficient, good at all on this team. I think he was just out there shooting the lights out because he knows damn well once he gets to the big stage, it's going to be Michael Porter shooting the lights out. So, but no, that's my question. I was going to say, is the guy behind him a better or worse version of him? Like,
who is inefficient?
Who for efficiency is worse? Because Retro said it himself. Michael Brown has never seen a shot he didn't like. Boy, Darius Acuff has never seen a gym he didn't want to shoot in. So, like,
and he also can't play defense.
Yeah. Hey. I got a lot of shit. One of my draft videos on TikTok blew up, almost got 20K because I shat on Darius Acuff's defense. As a small guy, you have to be very transcendent on offense, and I'm a believer in that offense. I think his processing is great.
It's not transcending the game,
but it's like at the same time, he's going to be absolutely fucking picked on defense, and with the Kings, they have no defenders there, it's going to look fucking horrid. It's going to look bad.
It sucks because Darius Acuff is going to look unplayable in Sacramento.
And it's going to suck. It's going to suck.
Yeah, so here's my thing. Because we were talking about inefficiencies. Acuff, okay. So in the summer league, he shot 35% from the field, which is garbage, and 28% from three, which is worse. Now, that being said, okay, this is where I'm with Jules. I'm throwing that out the window. I don't care. In college, he shot 44% from three. I can understand that in the summer league, he's just chucking it up. Fine. He's just, hey, let it fly. It's the summer league. Who cares? I'm a believer in his offensive ability. I agree with Jules. I think he has great offensive capabilities. I think they're a lot better than Michael Brown. I think Brown is like a true two, but I think Acuff can actually run an offense through his abilities.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. A, what offense is he running? He's in Sacramento. B, the defense on Acuff might be the worst I've ever seen. This guy's defense, there's nothing there. The people call Luka a traffic cone. You need to watch this guy play defense. It's unbelievable. He's gonna.
It's very.
If Luka's a traffic cone, Darius Acuff is the road close sign.
Literally, exactly. Literally. So to be fair with the offense, the next guy that was running with him that got a lot of tick last year because Sabonis wasn't there was Maxime Raymond. And I don't know if you got, I'm a huge Maxime guy. I think Maxime has really good process. He is literally Sabonis light. Definitely Sabonis is bad on defense. I think Maxime has good defensive traits, but will never be maximized. But him and Acuff as a duo, because Maxime has a legitimate playmaking big. He's a great passer. He's really really good off the short roll, being able to identify low taggers and kind of shoot over them with his size. Him and Acuff are another match made in heaven, to where if they get into an offense, it could be kind of like the 2023 Sacramento Kings with Fox and Sabonis. It's the new chapter of it. But it's just way worse defensively. It's tremendously worse.
No, I was going to say, so here's the thing. They're last year's Hornets. They're literally just going to have to put up the stupidest level of...
Watch your mouth.
They have to put up the stupidest level of offense known to man to try to deal with the fact that their defense doesn't exist.
I'm convinced that Concanipple could 1v5 this team.
Probably.
You can't call them the Charlotte Hornets. You can't call them the Charlotte Hornets for the simple fact that the Charlotte Hornets weren't a great individual team defense, but they were a decent team defense that also shot the lights out of the building.
That's why I'm gonna have to. Darius Acuff.
Like I said, I can't let you slander Charlotte as much as everyone wants to after the fucking play-in tournament.
No, hey, you're right. It's great value, Charlotte.
Bro, this is there's no comparison. I talked about this the night before the draft when Jules and I did the individuals with Cody, and we talked about how the draft was going to go, how this was all going to go, and it was we're not, like I said, Jules and I talked about it. We got into the podcast thing, and we were talking about it on Tuesday after the draft, and I was like, do we even have to do this? I called the first 20 picks outside of two guys flipping teams, and Jules goes, no, and I was like, yep, well, sucks. Darius Acuff is going to be the best rookie to not play and do dick on a team of dying guards. And he goes, yeah, that's kind of true. It's unfortunate to be a guard that gets drafted to where all guards go to die. It sucks. I feel bad for the kid because I think he could do very well in a different situation. I think Maxime Raymond would do better with a better playmaking point guard. Granted, Acuff is good in the PNR situations, but he would do better with the ability of having a PNR point guard with shooters around him. If Maxime could play make to the shooters around him and not just play PNR like we're playing fucking Pro 2K, it'd be great. But no, this team is going to suck. There's going to be no bright spot on this team. They're going to win 10 games max. They might set a record for the worst NBA franchise of all time this year.
Well, hey, maybe Acuff can maybe he can pull a De'Aaron Fox and run to the Spurs.
You're drunk.
All right. We're good. We're good over here, buddy.
Acuff has maybe, and I'm being generous, a third of the talent that De'Aaron Fox had. Maybe.
That's crazy. Hell no.
So I'll be clear. I think that his offensive talents are better.
I'm not saying player for player. I'm saying help around him.
Help.
Well, that's true.
Fair.
That's
fair.
They can be. You can compare those two to the cows come home because Fox is just fast. He's not a great defender, but he's fast. He will shoot any shot that is within a foot space of wide open. Acuff does the exact same thing. I think Acuff might be a better processor than Fox is. But, again, De'Aaron Fox had better help in Sacramento than Acuff will in the next 3 years in Sacramento.
De'Aaron Fox won't just shoot shots that are a foot wide open. He'll shoot shots that are completely closed out.
Because he's going to out-jump you. The man's vertical is insane, and no guard's getting up that high to get him.
And then he'll brick it off. Then he'll brick it off somewhere.
Very fair.
I don't know what you're talking about. De'Aaron Fox's last year on the Kings was shooting the lights out of the gym, and it was the only reason that Sacramento actually had wins in the win column. Didn't he average 33 for a month?
It's
Bradley
crazy.
Beal light.
So shut the fuck
up. Move. So,
I've never been Metro. I'll spoil the party. I've never been so excited you're going to college.
the next team, and I think it was an underrated draft, but watching them, I was pleasantly surprised. Kingston Flemings and Zuby, because at the moment, I was kind of scratching my head with Kingston Flemings. What I was able to see, he's not going to be a high volume shooter, but his decision making and his presence on the floor is very mature for his size and for his age. He wasn't getting sped up at his size. I think that's a great trait to have. He took nothing but smart shots. He took very smart passes. He did not turn over the ball much at all. That's a great trait to have for a young guy. And then Zuby, horrible defender.
He literally is Trae Young without the green light.
Yeah, he is conservative Trae Young. I think he's very conservative Trae Young. I think Trae came out. I think Trae, like retro. I think Trae when he came out was not overhyped, but in terms of like when he came out of Oklahoma, he was going to shoot fucking 30-foot shots, half court, run a high pace offense, and all this kind of stuff. In Houston, and at the summer league, what I was able to watch, very mature, very tempo paced, not in the sense of like pacing in terms of running fast, but it was just like everything is under control with him. Everything is very mature. Everything is very good.
I'm crediting that to the University of Houston because the way that they run the floor versus slow down in the smart sets, Kingston bought into that at Houston, and if he can bring that type of game to this team, the Hawks can be scary.
Yeah, because the Hawks, what they want to do is kind of run in transition, and they want to be fast, but in the half court, they need decision makers. They need to have these guys who can get the ball to somebody and be able to go. And I think Kingston,
I hate to say this, but Kingston Flemings could be one to set the new chemistry, the new play style, the new wave for Atlanta. He really can be.
Yeah, and I was thoroughly impressed with Kingston Flemings, what he was been able to do in the summer league. Feel free to disagree, but I think he was a great watch of what I've been able to say. And again, kind of a new Trae Young, just a very bad defender because of his size and that kind of stuff. And the other guy, Zuby, pleasantly surprised because he's kind of like Cam Boozer, to where he's like not big enough to be a true 5, but he's not like small enough to be a 4. So he will be playing 4, and he is a good spacing big. He's not great defensively, but he showed flashes. He's going to get dominated, but I think it's an interesting stuff. Now, the stuff that they did with Lou Dort, that's a different issue, but Kingston is going to be an interesting watch. I might watch some Hawks games because I want to see how he runs.
Let's just say that his lack of defense is going to remind me of kind of how New York is with Brunson's lack of defense, where they have the defenders behind him, but he's going to be the guy that they want to attack.
Yeah. And I think it'll be fine with Dort and Daniels and Jalen. They do need a true rim protector, but
like Retro said it the other day when Dort got traded. They're like, holy fucking lack of playmaking. Flemings is going to have to be the playmaker because this team has no sense of offensive awareness, no sense of IQ, no sense of anything. They're a defensive stopper team. If Flemings could be the one to turn the corner for them and get that offense rolling, like I said, Atlanta's going to be scary.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually very high on Kingston Flemings, and I kind of disagree with you on something. I think Kingston Fleming is actually a very good team defender. I think he's very good at it. That's something he's been good at since college. I think that
He's a
when you
rotational
look
defender.
at,
He's just not a point of attack defender.
I don't think he's a terrible POA defender. I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's terrible. I think that he's very good at being a pickpocket. That's one thing he's really good at. It's actually really funny because him and Dyson Daniels, they're going to be a really good pickpocket combination.
Jules, I just read your Warriors note. I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
But like, I also think Kingston Flemings might be the smartest player in this draft. His Jules, you said this too. His understanding of the game, his processing ability, his knowledge of what to do, where to be, when to do things, might be unmatched. I'm pretty sure that throughout the games that he played, I think he played 4. He didn't have a single game with less than 5 assists. That shows his ability to play make at a very high level. Even now, just in the summer league, like the kid has an innate understanding of the game. That's something you can't really teach, and I think that's very, very important. I think personally, I will always take smart over athletic any day because smart will lead me to more success. A lot of people talk about that with like Steph Curry, for example. So that to me was the biggest thing. I'm so high on him because of his IQ. And his playmaking was just very impressive to me. I think his defense won't be as terrible as we think. I think the POA isn't great, but I think that can be worked on. But I think the team defense is there because, like I said, he's very smart, so he knows when to switch. He knows how to play through like screens and stuff like that. So I actually think Kingston low key might be a better guard in the NBA than Acuff and Michael Brown and Keith Wagner.
That's not even up for interpretation. That's like, I'm sorry, Retro, you're wrong a lot of the time, but that might be the most grass is green take, especially with the situation.
He has a safer floor. Yeah, he has a safer floor.
I think really the only person that I could see being better than him out of Wagler, Brown, and Acuff is Acuff because I think Acuff's offensive ceiling is insane. But like Kingston's floor is so safe. Like he's so smart. He's He's safe.
I agree. Is there anything you want to add, Justin, before we go to Dallas?
Other than, like I said, I think I watched one Atlanta game, and the third guy you have mentioned there, like I said, it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see Henry Vassier, how much tick he actually gets if he makes the team or whatever, if he makes the day one team or whatever. Like I said, there's super value in guys like that, especially when they're not talked about. A spacing 5 who isn't terrible around the rim. He's not going to be a great rim protector for you, but he's going to be able to open your floor and not clog it up, especially what Atlanta needs because they have a bunch of chuckers that also slash. So if Flemings and him can get into a good PNR system and Flemings can kick out to one of those other shooters, like I said, Atlanta's offense can thrive, but it's going to bank on Flemings to do a lot of work this year.
With Dallas, I actually do not want to start at their first pick. I want to start with the guy that they got, the Spanish guy, Sergio De La Rey. I am so impressed with the passing vision of this motherfucker. I am so the amount of the vision that he has, both in the half court, the full court, the lob finishing, the lob passes at half court. I forget who they were playing, but he had 4 or 5 just straight like Chris Paul-esque, just literally right next to the basket. The guy just needs to touch it and it's in. The amount of times I was able to see this guy be able to just work an offense. You were talking about you're super high on Kingston Flemings. After watching film on this guy in the summer league, I am very high on this guy. Him being a legitimate point guard for Flag now. Oh boy.
So before you continue the suck fest on him, I do agree with you to an extent, but here's the thing. Huge props to Sergio. This leaves me with way more question marks for Dallas than it does for benefits for Dallas. Because look at what happened before Cooper Flagg was the point guard for Dallas last year. Cooper Flagg was basically a non-existent player. If this kid comes in and takes over that primary playmaker role from Cooper Flagg, are we going to, like you said, you think he's going to maximize Merez and Cooper and do all these things, but it's like, we saw what happened to Cooper Flagg last year when he got the head of the snake, when he became the primary playmaker, do all this. We saw the Cooper Flagg we thought we were going to get. My thing is, the biggest question mark here is, with the way that De La Rey just played, is this actually going to elevate Cooper Flagg, or is this going to be a means to regress? Because yes, it's nice to have multiple playmakers on the floor, but Cooper felt non-existent when he wasn't the primary playmaker.
I strongly disagree with that. I strongly do. I don't think I think this is the best case scenario because of the fact that he was not able to create downhill, and having effortless offense with Sergio and probably a half season of Kyrie, because I think Kyrie's going to just leave, is nothing but great for Cooper, because he's going to have way better shot quality. He can work on his legitimate jump shot. He can go and be able to finish downhill. He's going to be great in transition. I think, and Sergio isn't a jump shooter. Like he is. Why I say he is taller Ricky Rubio is because Sergio doesn't shoot the ball at all. He wants to he's a legitimate pass first guy. He wants to get people open. He wants to get people to get you 20 and whatever. He wants other people to succeed.
It was what we saw before January from Cooper Flagg was not the Cooper Flagg that the NBA was promised, what Dallas was promised. As soon as he gets made the point guard, things start to go well. Coop starts doing these things. My thing is, it's just going to be a big question mark and a wait and see to see if this actually does help him out, or if Sergio is going to be the guy that when Cooper comes off the floor is facilitating the offense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I mean, just on like the Sergio thing, Jules, I really think you kind of touched on everything I wanted to. It's just like the IQ. I think a lot of European players, for some reason, have really good pass IQ. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that's the case, but it seems to be the case that the Europeans just have crazy pass IQ. So hey, listen, maybe that's the strat. You know, you want a true point guard. You want somebody that can facilitate. Just go look for a EuroLeague guy and just bring him over here.
Preferably an Italian.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally. And then Merez, literally just a PJ Washington clone. Like
they have a third power forward center combo runner. Like you say he's the replacement, but he's literally just the same player. Like they're just
he is.
They just clogged that. It's insane.
I agree.
So okay. I'm actually huge on Merez. Like I think Merez looked amazing in Summer League. I'm actually big on him. However, that being said, the pick itself confused me. Obviously, the Mavs get Dusty May, which is Michigan's head coach. And I think that was a great hire. I was surprised that Dusty May left. But, like, come the 9th overall pick, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Dusty May is looking for a power forward. He's a Michigan guy, so he's going to choose a Michigan guy. That was my assumption. So when we get to that pick, I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to go Yaxel. Like, obviously, Dusty May is just going to pick Yaxel. He needs a power forward. He needs a Michigan guy. He's going to go Yaxel. So when he went Merez Johnson, that actually shocked me a little bit. I just disagree with the pick. Like, I think Merez is good. I think he's a very solid player. I think he's a good big. I think he's got a lot of intangibles that are fine. I think he's a good defensive player. I think he can score at a pretty high clip. I think he's extremely accurate. But my issue is that he's just not Yaxel. So I don't know why Dusty May. I don't know why Dusty May was like, you know, hey, I'm the Michigan guy, so I'm gonna go with my Michigan man, Merez Johnson. Like, okay, Merez Johnson's good, but Yaxel is staring you in the face. So I don't know why you don't just take him. So that's really my biggest problem. I'm fine with Merez. I think he's got a really good upside. He could be a really good power forward in the league. Yaxel is just better. He's just better at everything. Like, I don't know.
Retro, I agree with you. This was the pick that fucked up my perfect first round.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. It was.
Yaxel is just such a duh pick. It's like, yeah, obviously.
This was the pick that fucked up my perfect, like, top 10. Like, the lottery I had just to a T into this point, and I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Dallas, Yaxel, perfect match made in heaven, done. They take him so the Bucks can't have him, and great, cool. Then the Giannis trade happens because they knew they don't draft that way because of them getting Khalil Ware and all these things. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess Brandon Burries isn't the worst option because we'll talk about it in a second. But like I said, this draft was so cookie cutter, and once it got to the 9 pick, it got messed up. And then like 13 through 20 were exactly how everyone thought it was going to go. Like I said, 9, 10, 11, and 12 really just kind of like, okay, so you did this, which caused them to do this, which caused them to do this. And I was like, cool. So Dallas fucked it up so that the Warriors could take Yaxel and not have to sit on Ade. Great, cool. Now you just gave them a better piece than they were going to take, and it sucks. It's like, it is what it is. I mean, Dallas really caused a blunder here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
Meanwhile, let's round out the top 10 with Jules, head and shoulders best shooter in the class.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So, okay, just to talk like very, very quickly, the other guy that they picked, I was absolutely right about. Fucking garbage. I don't care that he had 27. I don't care that he had like, what was it, like 27 points in his very last game. The biggest LARP ever. That's fake. He will never do that again. I hope nothing. That bullshit, the little eyebrow gimmick that Nate Ahmet has. Fuck you. I hate you.
Mind you, when we did this, I believe I said that the Bucks should take Yaxel and Quintance, and they just bottled it. And I'll give them credit where credit's due. Burry's right pick. Yep. Not taking who I said in the next pick really just kind of confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, Braden Burries, I'm thoroughly impressed because a lot of the top 10 guys were just like shooting basically everything, just kind of getting a feel for everything. Braden off the catch and off movement shooting, highly impressed. Highly impressed. Yep. I sure hope to God. Hey, because I'm not from there. I know Justin is. For our Milwaukee fans that are up there, Braden Burris is already better than Tyler Hero. I hope Tyler Hero does not play a fucking game for you guys because he's going to hinder Braden Burris. Braden Burris is better than Tyler Hero.
All of my people that watch this that have told me about the trade are still pissed Tyler Hero is on the team, and they're shocked that he hasn't been flipped out for literally anything else at this point.
Yeah, all right, that's crazy. Braden Burris is awesome.
No.
It's okay.
Like, he needs to be a little bit better in terms of his POA defense. He kind of gets lost in off-ball a little bit, but he's going to have guys that make up without the off-ball defense. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I did say upscale Deuce McBride, but I think Deuce was really, really good for that Knicks team in terms of the off-ball shooting, legitimate spacer. He had times throughout the season where I'm just like, wow, it's just like fantastic. I think Braden is going to be very much upscaled, just times 10. I think Braden is awesome. Thoroughly impressed with what I saw.
Hold on, before we continue that, Retro, we're going to address something you just said. Can you tell me one thing that Tyler Hero does better than Tyler Kolek?
Getting punched in the face by Bam.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Inciting a fight.
As far as Braden Burries is concerned,
right? That's what I thought.
I'm not even dignifying that. Braden Burries, what's so crazy to me is I agree that he's the best shooter in the class. I kept hearing this criticism about him like throughout the summer league, where people were like, "Oh, well, his playmaking isn't elite." And why do I care?
Why do I care?
They have a Ryan Rollins. They're good.
Why would I care if his play? He's a 2, and he's like the purest 2 I've ever seen.
Bro, they're gonna get led by Ryan Rollins, Braden Burries, and Khalil Ware.
Bro, what am I doing here worrying about Braden Burries?
I'm not signing up.
Freaking Braden Burries and his playmaking. Yeah, I'm good. Please continue to give me my 23 points on 40% from 3 and 50% from the field. Please. Yes, that works for me. I'm good. Thank you.
The Bucks will. I promise you this. I'll stamp it now. It's July 20th. Mm-hmm. The Bucks will be the most interesting team to watch this year.
There's conversations for it.
The thing is, like, I feel like they have a lot of interesting scorers. I think Khalil Ware is going to take.
They just have an interesting 12. They have an interesting 12.
I think Hero's going to give you 20. I think Burries could give you 20.
Hero's not giving you 20. Hero's not giving you 20.
You're right. 25. 25. Thank you.
Ryan will give you 20. Burries will give you probably 17. Jaime might give you 20. Like it's going to be interesting.
This is the definition of NBA team of all time.
Oh yeah,
Hello, we're going for 20 and 20, average with 25 wins.
It has never been more obvious that a team has traded away a superstar, because if you look at this roster, it's like a bunch of remnants of an earthquake. Like the earthquake happened, and then there's shrapnel all over the place, and there's just like shrapnel spread out from the center of the scene, and there's no center anymore. And that's literally this team. There's no centerpiece. I guess Khalil Ware is going to be the centerpiece,
because I hope so.
And honestly, if he is, that might be the best way forward, because I think Khalil Ware, we've all been like big on Khalil Ware. I think this year he takes a step up.
Well, to transition, because we're not going to go through everybody. It was just basically the top 10 guys, but we are going to mention 3, 4, 5 guys that we all like individually and just kind of highlight them. But I do want to start with Justin and get one of his guys, because I've been doing it for a minute.
I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. Bro, I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to listen, because it's a beautiful sight, for the simple fact that our superstar coach that we got last year, who was supposed to turn our franchise around and do all these great things, sat our best 3-point shooter on the bench all fucking year long. Here's the thing. I'm okay with it, because Mark Williams did his job. He's still my center going forward. However, Jules, go crazy.
So, first guy I want to start off with, come on, Malawatch. We are here to stay for mogging everybody. A legit 7-footer who's a legit rim protector, who is way better shot mechanics than I thought that last time I saw him. Is being able to legitimately rebound, just athletic freak. And this is what I was talking about last year. I was super high in Malwash, and he just got buried on the bench. He should be your starting center. I don't care. He is our new Khalil Ware now. This is the guy for this year. Come on, Malwash is such an impressive, and I hope that he gets picked, because he was like insane this summer league. I loved him. The next guy I want to do is Hayne Steinbeck.
Before you jump, the amount of videos that I have seen highlighting a Suns player out of big content creators in the last 2 weeks, off of literally just talking about Malawach, saying this is a 7-footer who we didn't think had a jump shot, who is shooting I believe a 40% clip on the hardest shot, which is a dribble step in 3. Why? What? Where? Who trained you in the summer, or who fucked up in Phoenix? We are just starting to see Phoenix do good things. I'm shocked. I'm all in on my team going forward. Are we going to win an NBA championship? Absolutely fucking not. Chris Paul cost us our good chance. Are we going to be able to make some noise and play spoiler for some teams? Absolutely.
I was going to say, Jules, before you go ahead with your next player, I want to do mine. I only have one, and we already mentioned his name, but he needs to be said here. Dusty May, Mr. Michigan head coach. What in God's green earth were you thinking not taking the guy the Warriors stole from you? Yaxel has been phenomenal. And it was obvious that it was going to happen, because the guy was in college for about an eternity, learning how to play basketball, learning under a bunch of different coaches, playing in a bunch of different systems. The guy is flexible. He can shoot. He's phenomenal. He's good at everything. Defense, rebounding, shooting. The one thing that I noticed about Yaxel, he wasn't even that elite of a 3-point shooter in college. He wasn't even that good at 3-point shooting. In the summer league, that sprouted too. He was literally good at everything. I don't know why you pick Merez over Yaxel.
I'm telling you, it just, like I said, it just pissed me off. As much as we want to see the Warriors lose, and if they would have gotten the absolute lemon of Mara, we would have been so much happier. But now, they're going to get a guy who's going to shoot the clip for them. It's going to be... It's unfortunate.
Well, and more importantly for the Warriors, it's a lifeline for Steph. Steph has another guy where he can look at and be like, thank God, I have another offensive player I can rely upon. Somebody that can also shoot. Somebody that
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So now you've got some legitimate and more help for Steph, and that's something that the Warriors desperately needed. Because God knows Steph cannot carry anymore.
Steph, Pods, Yaxel, and Jimmy Butler.
There you go. That's the big four.
Oh,
yep.
But I just wanted to highlight that because I feel really bad for Yaxel that he got passed on by his own coach. Like I feel really bad for the kid.
The coach who built him.
Yes, he has been underestimated, looked down upon his whole career. He played D2 basketball, goes up to UAB. No one thinks he can compete at any of these levels. Then goes to Michigan, wins a natty, is clearly the best player on that team. And somehow, some way, he still is getting snubbed now going into the NBA. I feel awful.
Wins a natty. God, Jules, dude, that still got the sting.
It's ultimately for me, it's like at the end of the day, like I think Yaxel might be one of the best players in this draft. I think he'll probably be top 3, top 4. And the reason is because he has a chip on his shoulder. This guy has never gotten rid of this.
Just keep doubting it. Just keep doubting him and see what happens. Like it's literally that.
Every single level of his life playing basketball is just more people doubting him. And if you continue to do that, Yaxel will continue to prove you wrong. Watch. Now the narrative's going to be, oh, well, that was the Summer League. You know, well, what is he going to do in the NBA? Who knows? I guarantee it. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. I'm telling you.
Did we not see what happened? I'm sorry, like crazy comparison, but still kind of same thing of just like talking down on the player. Did we not see what happened when Wemby got clowned?
Yeah, like, after his Summer League.
Stop lighting a fire under players' asses because they're going to bite you in the ass. Like, it's just going to happen.
Yep.
It's true. I just wanted to give him that. Yeah, go ahead.
For sure. No, for sure. This guy from the Hornets, Haynes Steinbach, I think is going to be the best rebounder in this draft. He is very, very impressive for what I think he's a true 4, but he's going to probably play the 5 because of how they are now. Good defensive IQ, uses his frame as an undersized big very, very well, moves his feet. Won't be a legitimate rim protector, but he has Diabate there. He'll probably play a lot of minutes with Diabate, but very, 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 very good player. I love him. Next guy I wanted to highlight, Alan Graves. I think he might be the sleeper in the draft. There's another guy that I'll mention in a second that I think is going to be the sleeper, but he has a lot of intangibles that make him advance in terms of his IQ, his defense. Like he's going to be a legit 3-and-D wing. He's a good rebounding wing. Legitimate 6'8". He needs to be a little bit better at creating off the bounce, but he's good off the catch. He'll fit well with the Raptors and hopefully gets tick because that the defense in Toronto is going to be legit with him, Colin Boyles, and Scotty. I hope everything goes well with him, but I think he's going to be great. The actual...
Can I also real quick comment on Graves? Because I think it's important as well.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
agree with you. I'm also big on Alan Graves. A lot of people, like the guys that don't watch college basketball, Alan Graves was on Santa Clara last year. Now, if that sounds like a team that you've never heard of before, that's because you probably haven't, because it's Santa Clara. And they were somehow in March Madness, and not just in March Madness, they were going toe-to-toe with the University of Kentucky. Now, something interesting about this game is that Kentucky's playing Santa Clara. They're in the second half. 10 seconds left in the game. Santa Clara has the ball, chance to win the game, right? Now, Santa Clara could look to any player on their team. Who do they look for to get the ball to for that shot? It's Alan Graves. And Alan Graves buries a 3-point shot with 3 seconds left in the clock. Kid is clutch. He has a clutch gene. I watched it last year on Santa Clara. He is very, very good. Obviously, they get kind of screwed in that game because Kentucky hits a half-court shot and then they go on to win the game. But Alan Graves is clutch. That's just what I wanted to say. He's a person you should watch out for a guy that can hit that last shot. He's a very, very good addition for the Raptors, especially if the Raptors can keep Kawhi and not, whatever was going on.
So he's similar to your boy Walter Clayton.
Yeah, yes. Walter Clayton's another guy that's similar in that clutch making ability. I like that a lot.
The next guy that because we were talking about guards a little bit earlier, he has the chance to be like a top 3 guard in this draft, and the fact that he fell is obnoxious to me. Phylon, LeBaron Phylon, and
Yeah, he's really good.
he in Philly, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fucking Jared McCain situation all over again, to where he gets no tick. As soon as he gets to a new team, he's going to start balling out. He can create off the dribble.
Please do not bro. If the Thunder trade for Phylon, I'm never watching basketball.
Yeah, Jules, before you continue, like, honestly, like, Philly, I'll be honest, I was your Tyrese Maxey Glazer. I really was. This is your guy. This guy takes his job head and shoulders. You can depart from Tyrese Maxey. If you leave him on your bench or you trade him for assets later that you think are assets, this one will come back to bite you.
Yeah, like Phylon is going to be a sleeper because he's going to get there's no room for him in that starting lineup now. And he's going to be instant offense off that bench. He's a better processor than Maxey, in my opinion. He can slow the game down. The shot diet is a little bit to be desired.
That's my biggest problem. I think Phylon will be a very good creator off the bench. I think that's one thing he's great is playmaking. He's very, very good at. Also, during this stretch, he shoots 38% from the field and 26% from three. Now, again, I understand it's the Summer League, benefit of the doubt. That's fine. But Phylon did have a little bit of efficiency problems in college. That's something to keep in mind. However, that being said, off the bench, the offense that he is going to create off rip is going to be huge for that team. The thing is, they're already so loaded with, like, you know, the VJ Tyrese combo that they've got going on there, that if you've got Phylon off the bench now, that backcourt that they've got going on is stupid. It's dumb. And this Philly team is it could be something special, legitimately.
Yeah. The last guy I wanted to touch, because another guy that I had as a first round pick, is just in terms of just sheer volume and just putting the ball in the basket, is Malik Thomas. Malik is in another situation, kind of like Phylon, where he won't get much take, because I do think he's a 2-2 guard, and this is for Justin. He's going to be behind Donovan, but him and Donovan would be able to give you fucking 50. Like, Malik Thomas is, like, we want Donovan off this team, but obviously that's not going to happen with the extension now. LARP, by the way.
Not in the NBA.
But Malik impressed me in terms of his shooting mechanics and just putting the ball in the basket. Not much else, but as a straight shooter, I think I was thoroughly impressed with it. But those were the guys I wanted to highlight.
Dear Jordan Knott, please turn Koa Pete into the best defender in the NBA.
I would like to
Dear
say
Jordan Knott, please.
For the record, somebody else that you should keep an eye on. I don't know if he actually got Summer League minutes or not, but the Raptors made another signing that I think will go under the radar that was very good. They gave him a Summer League contract. His name is Malik Thomas. Not that Malik Thomas, different Malik Thomas. Played at UVA, another true 2 guard. And
UVA Suckfest is over.
I just want to be very clear. The Raptors got a steal with him. Jules, if you look on the tape in this guy, he is disgusting. He will provide really good spacing for the Raptors, which is something I think that will help them quite a bit if they keep him. He's really, really, really good.
Duly noted. So, Justin, what is our fact of the day?
I got games, buddy.
Oh, you got games? No shit.
I came prepared.
Wow.
That's why I said.
Okay.
That's why I said, who let me back on the platform, bro? I came prepared today.
No shit. So what are
no shit games, is right. We got an all sports game for this pick 3 cut 5.
Okay.
So if you have to research, you have to research, because when I say it's all sports, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports. Okay. And this one should be really easy, because I think all of these names are known. Retro, again, you're probably going to be like, who the fuck is somebody on here? But it's father-son duos.
Oh, okay.
So combining careers, who do you think is the best out of this pick 3 cut 5?
Okay.
First up, this is going to hurt a lot of people from my area because of how short the career got cut. Prince and Cecil Fielder.
Identical home runs to each other. Both short careers.
It's all you.
I would cut it. I love Prince and love Cecil, but
it's 100%. It's 100% a cut. But like Retro, if you want to go back and watch some crazy times and see just like electric crowds, go watch the postseason where Braun and Fielder made it in Milwaukee. Like, not a Brewer fan, can't stand the Brewers. Was at some of those games, and the electricity in the building was unreal.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, next up, Clay and Michael Thompson.
Cut. No. Fuck no.
Damn
Fuck
right it is.
No. Fuck no.
Retro, any input on that one?
If not for Clay, it's because of Michael. Shout out to
Thompson. Next duo up, we'll just stay with the Splash Brother father, Dell and Steph.
That's probably a keep.
It's probably a keep. Yeah.
The thing is, like, for Steph alone, I feel like it's a keep. Like,
no inclusion of Seth. That's crazy.
Nope.
Yeah. The whole Curry family.
Nope,
hey, shout out Dell though. Dell was good. Dell
was good. Like I said, it's a two-person one because I think there are multiples on here that could have three.
It's fair. You do have to downscale Steph because he's not even the better 3-point shooter out of the brothers.
Well, also, it would have been really funny if you would have.
I think it's funny that you guys say it like that because I don't know if you know this. There's a Thompson, Clay's brother, plays for the Giants.
Yeah, Trace. Yeah.
So we're keeping Del. He plays for the San Francisco Giants. He plays baseball.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good for him.
So we're keeping.
We're keeping.
Yeah.
All right. Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That got it because that's a keep. That's a keep, bro.
Is it?
They're the goats. They're like the goats of NASCAR. Like,
raise hell and praise Dale.
So here's the thing, Jules. Okay, on one of my sides of the family, I have NASCAR royalty, NASCAR champions on one of my sides of the family. Okay, this is close to me. Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are goats of that.
Dale is a goat. Jr. can be considered. He also drove in. Dale was also in one of the hardest like generations with like Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, all those guys. Like, so he's definitely up for it, and he's got more win. He's almost got as many wins as his dad, if not more.
Now the thing is, I assume that Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. will make an appearance on here, and if that's the case, I'm okay with those three being the three.
I'll take the beat, I guess.
Next up is Vlad and Vlad Jr.
I mean, I would cut that.
See, I wouldn't. Well, Vlad Jr. is literally like every other year guy at this point. I guess it's a hard cut. That's fine.
Even in his bad year, he made it to a World Series.
Literally.
All right, the next one, I know this one's near and dear to me just because it's the sport that I love the most. So you guys will have to probably do research on it. Brett and Bobby Hull.
Oh.
Hockey players, Jules.
Oh, man.
That's not a sport.
Jules, for context, Bobby Hull is considered like one of the greatest NHL players.
I know Bobby.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, again, hockey's not a sport, so it's a cut.
That's crazy.
Okay, here's the thing. Unironically, I probably would have cut Steph and Dell.
Outside of the Dodgers paying for World Series, they've been the best team in LA for the last 15 years. What do you mean it's not a sport?
Justin, if I had a choice, I probably would cut Steph and Dell.
I know.
But
when you said yes to that, that's why I was like, this gets fun.
Yeah, I think we have to cut it, though, because, again, like, Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. are on here somewhere. I know they are.
Yeah. I'm not losing sleep over it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't respect the game.
I'm losing sleep over it. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's a hell of a one. Team number 7 with one to hear after. Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, because I feel like the last one is fucking the Jameses. and
That would just be really funny.
fuck Clutch Sports. So we're taking the Griffies.
Yeah.
Taking the Griffies?
Yeah.
All right. So you kept Dell and Steph, kept Dale and Dale, kept Griffey and Griffey to cut the Fielders, the Thompsons, the Guerreros, the Hulls, and Archie and Peyton Manning.
Oh,
Yeah,
Archie's mid, anyways. Not moved.
So I'm actually I'm a bit bigger on Archie, but the problem is that like Archie isn't. He played for the Saints. Okay, he played for the Saints, and ultimately he was.
Drew Brees played for the Saints.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is the Saints that
Tyler
played
Show played for the Saints.
Tyler Show plays for the Saints.
I would rather play for today's Browns than the Saints when Archie played. That team, the only time that I think there might have been a franchise worse than that in NFL history was like the Buccaneers and their creamsicle unis when they didn't win a game in 2 straight seasons.
Great unis, terrible team.
Yeah, that's probably like the only one.
All right,
okay with that.
The second game I have for you is the one you guys really don't like so much, but you're doing it anyway. It's the versus game. It's the ball knowledge game.
Okay.
Top 15 players with triple doubles last year.
Oh, fuck.
So it was going to be top 10, but there were 5 players tied at a certain number for the 10th spot, so they're all on here. Don't look it up, Jules.
Bro, I know I'm not. I'm just like.
So to be clear, it's the players with the 15 or the 15 players with the most triple doubles.
Correct.
Okay.
I will tell you that 10 through 15 were all tied at 3.
Are we just going back and forth here?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first here?
You can go first.
Yeah, you can go.
Josh Giddey.
Huh?
Josh Giddey.
Yeah, number 2.
Oh, is that right? Number 2, is that right? Numero dos. Interesting. I knew that I had the modern day Russell Westbrook on my team, but I didn't realize it was that good. Hey, I'll take that.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Jokic. How many he had?
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck
off.
The gap was actually insane, by the way.
Let's go Luka Don.
Number 4.
Because I'm positive they had the same amount because I saw this in the playoffs. Jalen Johnson.
Number 3.
That is gross.
Did he have as many as Josh Giddey?
No, he was number 3.
I believe he was too short of Giddey.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, many have come close, but not many can take the crown.
Bro, Retro, he's not doing it again. Calm down. Well, 1 through 4 are out. Retro, it's on you.
Oh man. Unironically, like, I'm trying to think, like, Şengün, maybe.
Şengün is on here.
Based. Okay. Nice.
At number 7.
Hey, W. Şengün. Wait, actually not W. Şengün, but he's on there, so good for him.
L. Şengün.
Yeah, L. Şengün.
Steph Castle.
Steph Castle did finish right above Şengün.
Oh, there you go. He's better than Şengün, so that makes sense.
Oh my god.
Can we go LeBron? Is LeBronzo on here?
Just below Şengün.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna piss off Justin intentionally. Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah.
Yes! It was just 3 straight games. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. He had 3 for the
he
had 3 for the year, and they were back-to-back games.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Advia.
Denny Advia did also have 3.
It's a good pick.
Let's go.
If Denny's here, then Scotty Barnes has to be there.
Scotty Barnes tied with Denny Advia.
Okay, I feel like we're doing a decent job here. Now I really have to. Oh,
I don't know.
Kate
2,
Cunningham.
3, 4 names left.
Give me Cade.
Yep. Cade also tied with Denny and Scotty.
Dang, that's crazy. I thought he had way more than that. Well, we'll take those.
3 names left.
That's so gross. I want to say this name, but I don't at the same time. But it's fucking Sack, so he has to. Is Russ on here?
Russell Westbrook, number 5.
Yeah, dog.
He's number 5? He's number 5?
Right between Luka and Castle.
He's still doing it. Look at Russ, man.
That's so nasty.
2 names left. Both of them tied with 3.
Can I throw out the worst player on the Celtics, please?
The live streamer?
Yeah, the live streamer.
Had 3 triple-doubles, makes the list.
Dang.
Oh,
There
one
we
name
go.
left.
I want to say that fucker on Orlando, Paulo.
15 for 15, boys. I'm impressed.
There we go. Let's go, Jules. Band for
How
Ben.
fucking ugly is that list?
That's
That
so
is-
nasty. I knew the Nurkic one. I knew the Nurkic one because me and Justin were fucking we had a podcast. We had an episode live on here talking about it, and he was pissed. I remember.
That was lit.
Dude,
Guy's
I
a
can't
bum.
believe that Russell Westbrook was number 5. That is so
Yeah.
gross.
I don't
He
even
was
want to
doing
talk
nothing
about
else. He was doing nothing
That
else.
list-
dude.
I guess
That
they
list
should
was just
Sacramento, bro. Hanging on
Oh,
the
that's
rim,
so
that
great.
is your glorious MVP, Russell Westbrook, in his best form, right there.
He
Oh,
is a
bro,
best
this is-
blazer.
it. This couldn't be any better, bro. I love this. I think our last history fact of the day I had was tied to this one, and that's just fucking great. History fact of the day, July 20th. Kicking it back to 1994. Former NFL running back, broadcaster, and actor O.J. Simpson offers $500,000 reward for evidence of ex-wife's killer.
Moved.
OJ,
Move.
does somebody have to break into your house to steal it for them? Like, what do you mean?
Move.
The glove did not fit, so therefore you must
You must
quit.
have quit.
You have
Or
to.
moved on
You
it.
have to. That's the rules. I would also, real quick, before we go, I'd also like to give another fact that is not a sports-based fact. It's a city fact. Today, Miami surpassed New York City in cost of living for the first time, becoming America's second most expensive metro city behind San Francisco to live in. So, shout out Miami. You're now more expensive than New York City.
Ew. Gross.
That's why if you're smart, you move to Fort Lauderdale and can drive the 35 minutes down
There
to
you
Miami.
go. And they got good parties and good cruises.
Move.
Yeah.
But with that, guys, that was We Don't Know Ball this week, and we are going
We're
to
fucking back.
We're fucking back. We're going to
fucking
open
back.
up. We are going to open up football and talk about some of the stuff. We won't give our predictions yet. We're going to wait until closer to the preseason to give that, and we will be at each other's throats because we all have different, opinions on that kind of stuff. But we are back.
And talk about how Jules is in hell because
Hey, we don't have different opinions on the NFC. We definitely don't have different opinions on the NFC West winner.
You're right. The Arizona Cardinals are going to win. So with that, guys, that was We Don't Know Ball. We will see you guys next week. Peace.